The NFL on EA Sports brings us to the banks of the Ohio River and Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati. This crowd loves their orange and black. EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us at newly named State Farm Stadium in Glendale, Arizona. So this was the scene a moment ago. The Cardinals emerging from their tunnel, and we are ready for football as the Cards get set to match up with the Arizona Cardinals. Now the big leg of Matt Prater ready to get this one started. And off we go on EA Sports. On the return, Rondale Moore will bring it out. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us at newly named State Farm Stadium in Glendale, Arizona. It's certainly hot outside here in the desert, but somehow this Cardinal crowd turned up the heat a moment ago. They were in a frenzy as their team emerged from the tunnel, and the Cardinals, they're set to do battle with the Chicago Bears. Now the big leg of Matt Prater ready to get this one started. And we are underway here on EA Sports. And here's Jakeem Grant from his end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. Fields on first down. Throw left side, caught by Goodwin. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. To throw is Fields. That's complete to Mooney. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Pretty good start right off the bat there with throws 1 and 2.
He's not locking in on just one target early, is he? Spreading it around a little bit as this game gets started.
Back-to-back first downs. On first down, it's Fields. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Marcus Golden able to get in there and run him down for what's going to be a loss of 15 yards all told. After the sack on first down, Fields. Deep ball for Goodwin. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off by Robert Alford. And he'll take it across midfield to the 46-yard line. They may have thrown the interception, obviously less than ideal, but I think they also sent a message that they're going to push the ball downfield in this one.
Yeah, not afraid to take their shots right away, huh? What was that, like a 9-9-9 route? 9 meaning go? Just went ahead and went for it. Didn't work out so well because it certainly appeared the defense was prepared. But I'm with you. Okay, so it didn't work this time. Doesn't mean we won't try it again later.
And a flag out right away, and I believe our day will begin with a 1st and 15. The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Throwing now is Murray. Caught by the tight end Ertz. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
From the 41, Murray. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Robert Quinn. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete.
They went with the dive look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And well done here. That one will kick out of bounds at about the 8-yard line. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He's going to go up top again. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Buda Baker with a pick. And it's a huge return as he brings us all the way back down to the 15-yard line. Second interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on it. His teammates are going to check on it because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. A lot of effort there for just a 3-yard gain, and now second down. from the gun. Murray. Oh, now Murray has it stripped. But I think a Cardinal was able to gain possession, yes. So they will hold on to the ball.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage. But I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
Murray with a 3rd and long. Open space inside the 10. They'll wind up with 17 on that one, but they're still a bit short here for 4th. They'll go for it with Edmonds. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. There wasn't even thought of a short field goal. There was no hesitation. They were going for it.
I think he was thinking ahead a couple plays ago. That if he got in this situation, they were definitely going for it. And you're right. It was a confident call and a decisive run to pick it up.
No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line, 2nd and goal. Now Murray, he bootlegs it. Rolling to his right. And he's going to go down just outside of the 5, right around the 6-yard line. 3 tight ends up front here, 3rd and goal. Murray now. Dancing to his left. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Not what you wanted there. It goes as a sack and a loss of a yard, and now it's 4th and goal. And Prater's kick is on the money. It's good. Well, I don't know if they would have gone for it on 4th and goal anyway, but the sack on 3rd down pretty much made their mind up for it.
You're exactly right about that, and this is a tough place on the field to take a sack because, as you just noted, it took the decision-making away from them. Now they have to go for a field goal instead of potentially going for it.
On the return from his end zone is Grant. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball. Try and get things settled down a little bit.
Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
And he's only hit on 2 of his first 6 passes. Time for a quick quarterback regroup here with a big 3rd down coming up.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Now it's Fields. Deep ball for Goodwin. It got his man complete.
The greatest show on earth.
Touchdown, Chicago. Marquise Goodwin, 77 yards, and the Bears have taken the lead. Cairo Santos on to try the extra point. And this is up and good to make it 7-3. Touchdown here, Santos to kick this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Meanwhile, Murray's throw here complete into the hands of Ertz. And he is out of bounds right around the 34.
For a tight end, he's got good straight line speed, and on that route, he's often the guy that gets overlooked. Nice job there of finding him in stride for really good yardage.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he takes this thing way down into Chicago territory. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Buying time to his left. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
And he is such a tough quarterback to defend because you got to remember, arguably, he's more dangerous outside the pocket than he is in it. But how about the job they did defensively to stay with the receiver and knock the ball away? I think they had a sigh of relief there because oftentimes when he gets outside the pocket, big plays result downfield.
And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4. From the gun on third down, Murray eluding the pressure right. And he's got it. Touchdown, Cardinals. Murray able to connect with Christian Kirk. And the Cardinals have retaken the lead. Prater for the extra point. And the lead is now 10-7. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. On the return from his end zone is Grant. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Fields. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score. A reminder coming up in a couple of minutes' time. We'll pay a visit to Jonathan Coachman, the coach in our EA Sports studios. They'll have a look back at the next-gen stats from this first half of action. Steps away, and he wisely will throw that one away.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
It seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in.
And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Byron Murphy. And they will score. It's a pick six for the Cardinals touchdown. Now Prater to add the PAT. It's good to make it 17-7. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And they just had that pick six. I guess the only positive maybe of them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now it doesn't give them a chance to go to the bench and really settle. You know, to sit there and kind of seethe over the idea that they turned the ball over previously. Right back out there. It's almost like hopping right back on the bike after falling over. See if they can get the ball moving again.
Yeah, we'll see if they can do it here.
Well, we just saw something you don't ordinarily see, and that's him trying to deep ball after throwing a pick six on his previous pass. Normally, they give him something safe to get his confidence back. Instead, they let him fire it downfield, albeit unsuccessfully.
He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. is Fields. Swings this out here for Cohen. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Now a first down throw, Fields. This one swung out to Montgomery. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's second down. A shotgun snap, Fields. The Cards get to him here. He's brought down for a sack. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. So now following the sack, Fields and the Bears looking at third down and long. Third and long. It's Fields. Deep ball for Goodwin. He's got a man. Complete. Touchdown, Chicago. Marquise Goodwin, as the first half is winding down. And the Bears are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Santos with the extra point, and the lead is down to a field goal. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And they may just be content to take this three-point lead and head into the locker room. Flush to his right. Finds his running back, James Conner. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. A final shot before half from Murray. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. A final shot before break. Murray escaping the pressure right. He's going to take a shot at the end zone. Why not? And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So that PI call will give him one more play.
And it'll be an untimed play as well. Now the half will end after this one, unless there's another defensive penalty.
A final shot before break. Murray. That's going to be caught by Kirk for a Cardinals touchdown. Christian Kirk, as time expires in the first half. And the Cardinals would extend their lead here just before halftime. Prater on to add the extra point. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And how about this right out of the locker room? An onside kick attempt. The Cards with the lead, and they will get this football first as the second half gets started. A very interesting call and one that backfires. I know they're losing, Charles, but boy, to start the second half with the onside kick, risky.
Felt like a sense of urgency from their side, coupled with, you and I both know the special teams coordinators.
And Murray in trouble here, and down he goes. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Under pressure, they got him again. Well, that last sack puts Murray and the Cards in a tough spot, 3rd and long. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. Steps away to his left. This is caught. It's Kirk. Touchdown, Cardinals. Christian Kirk, 59 yards. And the Cardinals Eagles will extend their lead. Extra point good by Prater. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. Grant, he will not return it, and his guys will begin at the 25. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. Phoenix, Arizona's the spot. Glad to have you along for the ride. Third quarter action and a 2nd and 10 upcoming. Now Fields. Deep ball for Goodwin. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun, here's Fields. Pressure comes, and the Cardinals bring him down. Marcus Golden able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, 3rd quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Buda Baker with a pick. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line. Boy, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions. And you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game. Go to the...
Looking for Ertz, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Johnson. And the Bears are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores. But, yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And, look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Out of the gun, Fields. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off near the 32. And they will finally stop him as he's down to the 40-yard line. And you have to wonder, Charles, in a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play.
Touchdown! Christian Kirk, 40 yards. And the Cardinals are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Now Prater to add the PAT. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And this will be a touchback as Grant opts not to return it. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point.
But they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
On 1st and 10, here's Fields. And now here is another interception. Picked up by Marco Wilson. And the Cardinals are going to take over at their own 41. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. 2nd and 6. Murray going to throw. And he's got the hook up to Moore. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And he takes it all the way down to the 22. So 1st and 10. And if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Murray's throw into the hands of Kirk. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. Throwing again, Murray. On the screen, this is Edmonds. Touchdown, Cardinals. Chase Edmonds, a 14-yard touchdown. And the Cardinals are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter. Prater on to add the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. And they won't be able to run another play. Time has expired on this 3rd quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Here's Prater now set to kick it away. The return from his end zone is Grant. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Throwing on 3rd down, Fields. Trying to lay one up deep. That went a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete. I know he wants to get his team back in the game. A 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. And my goodness, another interception. Jalen Thompson picks it, and they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. Now Mccoy, his first throw since coming in. He's going to air it out deep for Green. And incomplete on the deep ball. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself...
Trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 32. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45. Now they get a fourth quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one.
And now here is another interception. Buda Baker with a pick. And the Cards are going to take possession here at their own 33. A young quarterback, Charles, rolling to his right. And I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, it may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did early.
And that's caught inside the 35. And he takes this thing way down into Chicago territory. A real field flipper there, as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Now Mccoy. And it'll be intercepted. Snags it for the pick. And the Bears are going to take possession here at their own 6-yard line. Well, they're not making it easy on themselves here down the stretch. 2 picks now in the fourth quarter, trying to hang on to that lead.
Talk about keeping someone in the game. Instead of being able to shut the door, it's still cracked open because they can come back on you now. The only people who are really happy about those picks, any fantasy team that has this defense.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete.
This is too easy right here. Too easy.
And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Marquise Goodwin, 94 yards. And the Bears get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and the lead is down to 24. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. Set to return it, here's Moore. And they're going to start in a hole as he's brought down at the 11. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. Certainly no reason to panic. They've got the 3-score lead, but the turnover last time, the interception that led to a touchdown, you'd have to think they might not be dialing that up again.
Well, probably not. They're still in fantastic shape, though, so I would imagine before he tried it out here for this series, head coach probably just leaned over to him and was like, listen, we're wearing these color shirts. Throw it to those guys, not the others. Try to make a joke out of it and just let him go out there with a little bit more confidence.
Looking to throw again on second down. McCoy. It's caught right side by Daniels. And a loose football. And this is picked up by the Bears. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. Following the fumble recovery, Fields. A strong broken tackle on that one. And then they get him to the ground just shy of the 15. From the 16, Fields. And he's got his man on the out route. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Back to throw, Fields. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. Marquise Goodwin there to make the grab. And the Bears use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. They'll look to throw. He's got it. So they convert the 2. That keeps their slim hopes alive as we're back to a 2-score game. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. Moore now to return. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. McCoy's throw taken in by Green here. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. McCoy's throw going into the hands of Williams. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. That one looks like he'll throw here. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down. Here's McCoy. And the reception made by Green. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on 3rd down that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a 1st down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
Well, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
Got his man complete over the middle. It's Green. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. Again, he'll drop to throw. To Connor on the check down. And they get him down at the 1. He had the broken tackle, but ultimately could not get into the end zone.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and